So another judge delays another unconstitutional move by Trump, and Trump's people scream judicial tyranny. Every single day, they either do not understand or do not believe in the Constitution and separation of powers. I get that Trump doesn't know what separation of powers is. And I'm beginning to think that most people who work with him don't believe in separation of powers. I'm just always hopeful that the American people still believe in and understand what separation of powers is. Our constitutional system, this amazing gift our founders gave us. Stephen Miller screaming about judicial tyranny because a judge interpreted the law in a way he doesn't like. It's not judicial tyranny. MAGA, I know you know this. We all should know this. 3 branches of government. The judicial branch is charged with interpreting the law. That's their job. It's not Congress's job. It's not the president's job. It's the judiciary's job to determine whether a presidential action is constitutional or not, whether a law is constitutional or not. That's their power. Each branch has their own power, separation of powers. I mean, you don't, MAGA and Stephen Miller, do you want to live in a country where the president, the executive, President Obama or President Biden can determine what presidential action is constitutional or not, what law is constitutional or not? You want the president to have that power? Of course you don't. No, this isn't judicial tyranny. This is how it works. The president does something, and the courts say that something that the president did is either constitutional or not, legal or not. That's not the end of it. The president then has the power to appeal that court's decision. The president has the power to revise his or her executive order. Trump can appeal. Trump can take something all the way up to the Supreme Court. This is what our founders have put together to make sure that none of these branches gain too much power. We don't want the president to be a king or a dictator or an authoritarian. If the president can do something, take an action, and there's no check on that action, then the president is a king, a dictator, an authoritarian. This is how the system's supposed to work, guys, this Friday. The court's only job is to determine, to interpret the law, to interpret the Constitution, to interpret the constitutionality of that president's action. That's it. And that's what these courts are doing now with all of Trump's executive orders. And the way the system works, MAGA, the president can't defy the court's order. The president can't ignore the court's order. Judicial tyranny. Again, I know Trump doesn't understand anything I just said. Stephen Miller does. He doesn't give a What about the American people? What about Trump's supporters? Do they still believe in the Constitution? Do they still believe in separation of powers? The Social Contract with Joe Walsh. Every weekday on all of my social channels, 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Spread the word, spread the gospel. Be brave.